Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was the catalyst for the establishment of Mary and Audrey's quarrel, which had been alluded to in Young Sheldon Season 7. However, the Young Sheldon spin-off also made clear why it shouldn't concentrate on their dispute because there is more possibility for another one. In Young Sheldon Season 7, Georgie and Mandy's marriage led to one of Mary and Audrey's first heated disagreements after the latter discovered Connie's incarceration and her and George's illicit business, thereby disparaging Mary's family. In the Young Sheldon spin-off, a different issue proved more intriguing, but Mary and Audrey's feud only got worse in First Marriage. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was always intended to feature a large number of characters on opposing sides of a dispute because of the issues that were already prominent in Young Sheldon. If the sitcom's title is to be seen as a chart outlining the trajectory of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, then Audrey's hatred for George's actions following their ceasefire in First Marriage was clear, as were the issues that would unavoidably arise and split Georgie and Mandy apart. Mary and Audrey's propensity for fierce fighting was also a major theme in First Marriage, but Audrey's feud with Mary turned out to be more intriguing. Even though Audrey didn't think well of Connie following her arrest, their first encounters weren't overtly antagonistic. Nevertheless, Thanksgiving in Season 1 Episode 5 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage demonstrated their civility toward one another. Audrey was upset with Jim's gambling, but she was much more upset with Connie for presuming she could demand so much money from them when her actions were unlawful. Connie's illegal bookie operation and her acceptance of Jim's bet, however, effectively turned Audrey into an adversary. Their disagreement swiftly deteriorated into a hatred as a result of what transpired in First Marriage Episode 19. Conversely, because Audrey and Connie were both unable to back down from a battle, their quarrel might have had a greater influence on the mayhem they caused. Connie threatened Audrey with bringing Mandy down with her if Audrey did not pay Jim's debt, just as Audrey refused to do so out of fear of Connie and promised to call the police if Connie had any objections. What ultimately persuaded them not to follow through on their threats was the plausibility that both could carry them out, demonstrating the full possibility of a more extensive focus on the hostility between Connie and Audrey. Audrey has a lot more grounds to be suspicious of Connie than Mary, even if she ignores her decision to take money from Jim and allow him to wager. After all, Audrey was still upset that Mandy and Georgie had decided to name their kid after Connie instead of her, as Mandy disclosed in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1, Episode 19. However, Young Sheldon also demonstrated that Mandy had every justification for naming CC after Connie, as Audrey rejected Mandy as a result of Connie's acceptance of her into her house and provision of material support during her pregnancy. Thank you for viewing, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.